Hello and welcome. My name's Kayla. I have a menstrual cycle practice for you today. We're going to do some deep breathing and also some stretches that are supportive of you while on your menstrual phase. This is the period phase when you're actually bleeding. So this channel is mostly daily yoga that is for everyone, but today, because of the circumstances, I'm teaching a class that is specifically designed for someone with a menstrual cycle. So you can stay tuned and do this as well if you want to, if you don't have a menstrual cycle, because we are going to get into some stretches, some deep stretches if you're looking for that. So as a woman, there's a lot that comes along with this part of the cycle. If you're experiencing any PMS symptoms, like I am right now, where I'm having a hard time using my brain. I am so focused on my body right now, and I feel a lot of that yin energy, and I really just want to be cozy and warm and in my feelings right now. So if you relate to this, then I'm here to support you with your cycle as well, this phase, and we will do this class together in honor of our bodies that go through so many changes. Go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose and a long breath out of the nose. Let's take a few more deep breaths. And as you breathe in, fill the low lobes of the lungs all the way up to the top lobes. And as you exhale, allow the breath to leave from the upper chest, the mid, and then the lower part of the body, the low lobes of the lungs. So continue to breathe in that fashion. This is how you practice the deep breathing, filling up the lungs from the bottom all the way up to the top, and then out the other way. And really allow your belly to relax throughout this whole class. We don't want to put any pressure, any more pressure on the belly because of the menstrual cramps that you might be experiencing. The contraction in the low abdominals. So we're already having enough going on down there. So allow your belly to relax and rest as you breathe and as you stretch today. Come into butterfly pose, so bring the soles of the feet together. Bring your hands and just give yourself a little foot massage, rubbing all the little toes, the little toes and the toe mounds. Having a really hard time talking today. I really just want to curl up next to the fire with some hot tea and read a book. Sounds absolutely lovely. Cuddling up with my cats. That's probably exactly what I'll do after doing some mindful movement here. Okay, sit up nice and tall. And then start to fold over. And don't worry about having a super flat back. Let's just round and let the head go heavy. Round the back. Let the body just do what it wants to do naturally without forcing it into any sort of particular alignment. And let the knees go heavy. And just allow gravity to do its thing. And you're just here to surrender to it. Big breaths into the belly. Relax the belly muscles. And then let's slowly lift the chest and the head. Take your hands behind you. And then lift the chest up. Spread the collarbone. Tilt the head back just slightly. Maybe close the eyes. Take a few breaths in this arch. And then tuck and roll and round. Reach your hands forward. Come into that rounded butterfly. Pause here. Allow the hips to relax. And we're not really pushing ourselves at all. It's more about allowing authentic movement. Go ahead and lift up. Bring the knees together. Straighten out the legs. Just shake them out. Okay. Rub the thighs a little. And then let's come into a twist. So bend the left knee and bring the foot in, and the right leg over on top. Sit up nice and tall and turn towards the right. Stretch into a slight twist. Ooh, and then unwind. So the twist doesn't need to be too intense at all. We don't want to add any more pressure. We're just simply giving a little bit of a massage to the internal organs here. Okay, let's come on to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under, send your hips to your heels. And then take the forehead down onto the ground, reach your arms down by your sides. And let your shoulders just melt over onto the mat. And then let's come up just enough to separate the knees wider and then bring the toes to touch. Reach the arms out in front this time as you stretch into this version of child's pose. So some things that will help you during your menstrual phase are, like we're already doing, deep breathing, deep stretches, and also drinking peppermint tea, chamomile teas, and using a sauna or a hot tub, because our body temperature drops significantly more than other times in the cycle, so we tend to feel colder. And by really nurturing yourself during this time, you're able to access depths within yourself that are not as easily accessible as other times of the cycle. So this is a time for deep reflection and nurturing yourself. Go ahead and come up. Let's do just a few neck stretches. And really, I'm just going to encourage you to do it however feels best to you. So if you want to hang out a little longer on one side than the other, go ahead and do it. It's this practice of listening to your body. The better we can listen to the body and your sensations, the better you get at listening to your inner voice and your feelings. Let's come into a wide-legged stretch now. So reach the right leg out to the side, hug your left foot in. And let's side bend here. So take your right hand on the inside, like where your lap right in front of you. And then you can either reach your left arm up and over if that feels nice. And if it doesn't, then you can keep your hand down or behind your low back. And this is a nice opener of the chest muscles and the shoulder. Point and flex your right foot. Another thing that is going to support you during this time is iron-rich foods like kale and spinach, beets. I think another good one is edamame. Just make sure that you're really nourishing your body with enough nutrients and greens at this time. This is going to really support your hormone health. Someone who knows a lot about this, who I learned a lot from, is Maddie Miles. She has an ebook that gives you the real rundown of everything that you'd want to know about how to support yourself during your cycle. Pretty awesome. So I highly recommend checking out what she's got to offer. So let's hug the right foot in and then extend the left leg out to the side. Oh, and we'll bend over to the left. And if you're not already doing it, seat cycling is very beneficial as well. So during this phase, I believe the most helpful seeds for you at this time are pumpkin seeds and flax seeds. And you could just sprinkle some on your salads or put some, like a tablespoon or a teaspoon, in your smoothies, on top of your yogurt bowls and fruit. Pumpkin and flax. I did hear recently something pretty amazing about this woman who had like no menopause symptoms, and something that she had done for a while was seed cycling, and especially flax seeds that she incorporated in her diet. So I thought that was pretty amazing. Definitely inspired me to eat more flax seeds. And if you have a hard time with seeds, you can get flax meal. So it's like ground up flax. That's a good way to get those nutrients too. I think a big part of it is the omega-3s. So even salmon, if you like salmon, that's a good option. So we're gonna come into, as you can tell, this wide-legged forward fold now with both the legs out. And we'll ease our way down onto the forearms. If this is not available to you, just stay lifted up, maybe on your hands. And again, relax the low belly. And we'll breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the nose. As far as your health during your menstrual cycle, for physical activities, deep stretching, yoga, and taking walks, just very, very light type of physical fitness practices. Nothing that is too strenuous, and a lot of resting. So I do really like the sauna for this time because it's a way to continue to cleanse the system. Because of so much sweating, you're releasing toxins from your body. And it's nice to do kind of instead of having to work out really hard to break a sweat. So if you have a sauna nearby or maybe an indoor sauna, definitely make use of it on your period. Okay. So any last stretches that you want to do, go ahead and do that, and then lay down into a shavasana. And what might be nice, instead of the legs straight down, is this constructive rest position. So bring the feet wide out to the sides and then allow the knees to fall into the middle. And this really helps to relax the psoas and gives a break to all the organs that are in the abdomen and the low belly, the reproductive organs. Gives everything a nice place to just rest without any tension from tightness in the hips or the hip flexors. Bring your hands to the belly. Close your eyes. And remember to just take a lot of time for yourself, maybe journal, read, meditate, nourish yourself at this time so that you can feel emotionally more stable and more mental clarity. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this practice and can come back to it when you need some support while on the menstrual phase of your cycle. See you tomorrow. Namaste.